Got a good snap, got plenty of time. Kick away from the defensive man, and they're going to blow it dead, and flags are going to fly at the line of scrimmage. And let's see what this is going to be, a legal procedure, Lebanon, which the Blue Devils probably don't care right here in this situation, because 5 is not going to make a whole lot of difference. As a matter of fact, it might keep the ball out of the end zone.
Connell Jones deep to return for the Trojans of SoddyDaisy. He's a pretty good one. Good speed. Young guy, just a sophomore.
So Jones will stand at about the 14-yard line. Tressler will kick, and Tressler retreats all the way back now to his own 40-yard line. Now he'll come up as the Blue Devils come back up to the ball. Tressler will stand at about the 42. He'll hit it at about the 44. And here is the snap. Low, but plenty of time. Tressler end over end. Jones going to take it on the run and be knocked after a yard loss. Coming in for the Blue Devils and making a great hit is number 80, and that's Zachary. And Zachary really put a hit on him at the 25 after about a 2-yard return, but the flag is down, clipping against SoddyDaisy, so that'll put them back 15, and the Blue Devils will get a break there, so they'll start at about the 12.5.
Terry, a low line drive kick. What about the yardage?
Tommy, line of scrimmage was the SoddyDaisy 44. The punt good to the 21. That's 23 yards on the punt. Jones returned it to the 25. That was good for 4 yards. The clipping penalty is going to be half the distance to the goal. It's going to take it back to the SoddyDaisy 12.5, and that's where it'll be first down.
So the Blue Devils got a great opportunity right here if the defense can come up and force a turnover deep. And the turnovers may get plentiful before this ball game is over on both sides, because it is muddy down on the field and going to be a quagmire before this is over. Soddy will look at him for the first time. The quarterback is Danny Williams, and they're going to give it to that big tailback, and he's going to power forward, blast over the 15 out at about the 16, 17-yard line. On the carry is Jarvis Smith, a 6'3", 235-pound junior tailback.
1,172 yards on the season for Jarvis Smith. Last year rushed for over 1,400 yards as a sophomore. Now, he's missed a couple of games with an ankle problem this year. No question his numbers would be even better than what he's got.
And he's going to tote it a bunch of times. You can bet on that. Williams sets him down wide out to the near side. Again, they give it to Smith, trying to swing wide. Lebanon strings it out, and Lebanon's going to slap him down before he reaches a 20 after about a yard and a half gain, and it was going to bring up about a 3rd and 3 situation for the Trojans at their own 20-yard line.
Don't be surprised to see Williams on some kind of bootleg action off of that play fake. They line up in a wing tee type look. They offset Smith as a halfback. You could fake the ball to him and get Williams out on the corner in a pass run option, and he's got some speed, and he's shown through his numbers that he can throw the football.
All right, they line up the tailback in the other situation now and flip him on the other side, and the man in motion, and they're going to give it to the motion man. He's got the first down and more as he powers out to the 25 and over the 25 to about the 26-yard line. Wright carrying the ball.
They ran Wright on the slice trap, lined him up as a wing back, brought him in motion, gave him the football back against the grain for pretty good yardage and a first down.
Jason Wright carrying the mail on kind of a wing-back reverse thing that we've seen Zachary run for Lebanon quite a few times, but he gets good yardage because Lebanon had their eyes set on number 5. No doubt about that. 1st and 10 for the Trojans at their own 25-yard line. They've picked up one first down. Williams is back to throw. Looks, fires over the middle. He's got his tight end, and he is going to be hit and dropped. The flag is on the play. He's only going to get about a yard out of the pass, but the flag is down, and it may be holding here, but hold on, and let's hold on to your horses, and let's see what the situation is going to be. As we have an officials conference down below, illegal shift. So it's going to be backfield in motion, and Lebanon will take the penalty, I presume, which would bring up a 1st and 15 from the 20-yard line, but let's see what they're going to do.
Lebanon linebacker Tim Kelly right on the spot as they tried to hit Blue in the flat. They did make the completion, but not much on the yardage as the junior linebacker Tim Kelly closed in really good shape.
And Williams, they tell us, likes to throw to those backs coming out of the backfield, and that time he did to Blue, his fullback. 1st and 15 at the 20. They swing it outside, cutting into the middle, got good yardage, and then drug down on a great play by a Lebanon man at the 25. And diving for him, I think, is number 42 for the Blue Devils, and that belongs to Tim Kelly. And had he not got him, he had some big yardage.
Kelly got in behind a couple of blockers. They try the quick flare out on the flank, and nothing really much happening as they throw the ball to Peak and just hoping that he'll break a tackle and try to get upfield in a hurry. Not much yardage on that play.
2nd down 9 from the 26-yard line is where they give him the spot. In split to the near side. And Williams hands off to the second man through, and he flies over the 30 out to the 31. Got about 5. It'll bring up a 3rd and close to 5, 3rd and 4. And a big 3rd down play here as the Trojans showing Lebanon a lot of looks now offensively, Tommy.
Jason Wright on the season, only 121 yards on 30 carries. They list him as a backup fullback, but playing him at a wing back and running him on that slice trap a couple of times.
3rd down, 4, almost 3rd down and 5 now for the Trojans. Big defensive stand right here would really help the Blue Devils. 3rd down and 4. Williams looks, fires, and he overthrows his man, but Tressler made number 21 pay the price anyway. And Tressler was at the right place at the right time.
They checked off to the fade route down the near sideline. Tressler came over in great shape. The ball was overthrown, but Tressler went ahead and made contact with the receiver, kind of a commercial for later on down the road. Retreating into punt formation for the Trojans, Andy Gibson. Tressler goes back to field it for Lebanon High School.
Tressler will stand at his own 30. Gibson is at his own 20, and he will kick it away. We're no score.
Fake.
We're in the first quarter. And the fake up the middle, and he's got the first down as he blasts out to the 39-yard line as they give it to Blue, the fullback.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question they've seen that Shelbyville film with the fake with the fake punt that Shelbyville ran against us and the blitz that we saw from the Golden Eagles that night.
So the Blue Devils now, which would have been in great shape, now going to have to really go to work defensively. 4:30 to play in the opening period. There is no score. Lebanon picked up 2 first downs and stalled. Now Soddy's picked up 2, and they're going to give it to Blue again, and Blue still driving over the 40, over the 45, still on his feet, drives to the 50-yard line and gets another first down. Lydell Blue, the 5'11", 180 sophomore fullback, is carrying the ball and doing a great job for the Trojans right now, who have moved it from their own 12.5 out to midfield where it'll be 1st and 10.
Terry, what about Lydell Blue?
Tommy, back-to-back carries for Blue, 1 for 8 and a first down, another one, that one for 11 and a first down. SoddyDaisy on the 50-yard line with a first down.
Nose of the football in Lebanon territory where it's 1st and 10. Williams sets him down, gives to his big tailback, and Lebanon going to jam him. Not much there, not anything, I don't think. Under the bottom of the pile, big 58 is Alls. Down also is Carson, and Lehue is there, and maybe a little bit of number 69, which belongs to Kenneth Nelson, also in on that stop.
Out of the football game comes the big fella, Jarvis Smith. He's going to get a little bit of a break here, standing on the sideline, and SoddyDaisy's best rusher is going to take a blow on this one.
All right, it'll be 2nd down and 10. No gain on the play. At the 50, Williams back to throw. Rushes on, fires, and threw it away. Good defense, and Mr. Alls introduces himself to Mr. Williams back inside the 35-yard line just in case.
Well, when you run the screen pass, the idea is to retreat and let the defensive lineman come. Well, Ryan Alls certainly did that, and he deposited Danny Williams after he threw the ball away, trying to run the screen on the far side of the play.
3rd down and 10 now for the Trojans, and the Blue Devils again will look at a big defensive 3rd here. 3:19 opening period. There is no score. Lebanon drove it for 2, and now the Trojans have driven it for 2, and Williams is on a draw play. Big hole, and then somebody stayed home. It was Carson, and knocks down Blue after a 2-yard gain, and it'll bring up 4th down. Carson stayed put.
Those defensive ends have got a lot of responsibility. They've got to contain. They've got to stay at home on the draw play and the screen. And Elliott Carson, the senior, played that one perfectly, making the tackle, stopping him short of the first down.
All right, now back to kick once again as the Trojans this time. He will kick it. And here is the kick, long end over end, and now going to get away from it and let it roll, and they're going to pin Lebanon all the way back to the 6-yard line. Tressler did not want to handle it with that rush coming in, which may have been a good decision, but Lebanon is going to start deep in the hole. The only Plus, right there, they may be pretty good footing where they're going to spot the football.
Terry, what about that kick from Gibson?
Gibson's kick from the 47 and Lebanon rolls dead at the 11-6. That's good for 41 yards, no return. Lebanon trapped deep in their own territory on their own 6 with 2:42 left in the first quarter. It's 0-0.
Here come the Blue Devils. Again, all's in the backfield as they go with the power. And here's a quarterback sneak in a couple of yards, and now the pile moves forward, and they're going to shove him back. He may have reached the 8-yard line. Let's see where they're going to spot it. I think they're going to maybe give him the 9, so he's going to get about 3 out of it. Now flag flies, and this may be against the Trojans, and it is going to be.
They got Sean Varaday running his mouth. He was popping off to Ryan Alds, and the official asked him to be quiet. I had the binoculars right on him, and that gold helmet just kept shaking, and out came the flag. So that's going to get Lebanon at least out of the hole right here.
Boy, they did get us out of the hole. The gain was at the 9. That will move it out to the 24-yard line, and things beginning to look just a little bit better for the Blue Devils as they get out of the shadow of their own goalpost. Quarter coming to a close, 2:15 to play in the opening period. There is no score. Lebanon and Soddy locked up in a head knocker here. Long count, loose football going to be picked up again by Pitt. And Pitt has picked up 2, and again, lucky to get that one.
Well, a slippery football, and we're not being able to get a good exchange between the center and the quarterback. Lebanon shifted Alds from left to right. It was going to run off tackle, and it looked like we had a seam over there if we could have got a good exchange on the center and quarterback.
All right, keep in mind that the ball is extremely slick here tonight because it is muddy out there, and it is wet. Handoff to the second man through, and here goes our fullback, and they jammed that play up for about a 2-yard gain. He may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, or to the original line of scrimmage, and he may not have because this time they were looking for Reeves, the fullback. They're going to spot it at the 23-yard line, so it will bring up 3rd down and 11 now for the Blue Devils at their own 23, and the offense needs to make something happen here with a big 3rd down play.
Gannon checks into the lineup, and out of the game goes Cripps, so Lebanon going to go with another power type look.
All right, C splits wide to the right. And here is Pitt's call. Pitt, handoff to Stafford. Stafford got a little hole, makes the 30 out to the 31, no more. Lebanon is going to have to punt it away as Stafford got a little seam on that side, picks up 2-3 yards. And then Soddy, who all of a sudden is controlling the defensive line of scrimmage, and the Blue Devils are not getting the blocks that we got in that opening drive, and Lebanon's going to have to punt the football away.
Once again, Jones goes to return for the Trojans, and Tressler will kick it away for Lebanon.
Tressler will stand at his own 12. Here is the snap, low but time. Tressler, and a flag is going to be down. Illegal procedure is going to be on Lebanon, and Tressler is going to have to kick from 5 yards deeper now. And the Trojans are going to get the football in great shape here. 19 seconds to play in the opening period. Lebanon nothing, SoddyDaisy nothing in the first round of the TSSAA state playoff.
John, any indication of what we were doing illegal procedure-wise to draw that penalty?
I have no idea, Tommy, and neither does Coach Dillard at this time. So officials did not indicate anything to him that I'm aware of. But this is a huge punting effort for the Blue Devils right here.
Tressler going to stand back at his 7-yard line. Now he comes up a step, and here's a snap, a good one. Tressler's kick is a beauty. Long, high spiral, drives him back to the 40, and he falls down on one knee. Now they throw a flag, but it was his own man that ran over him.
They're going to stick Lebanon's. They're going to stick Titus Kelly, I believe, with a penalty, but Kelly would kind of skid to a stop. And John, did it look to you like Soddy's own man collided with him?
Yeah, it looked like the Soddy man fell into our guy, which hit the receiver of the punt. That was Conal Jones, and we're going to get stuck with a penalty. It was an inadvertent hit, but that doesn't matter. Evidently, they're going to charge it against the Blue Devils, so we may kick this one over, or they may do it from the point of contact. I'm not sure which.
That is a stinking penalty, no doubt about it.